Hi everyone, in today's video I'm sharing a time-lapse of my latest commission, a pet portrait that I'm incredibly excited about. As you watch this piece come together, I want to dive into a topic that I think many artists, especially those just starting out, can deeply relate to: imposter syndrome. This topic is something that's been close to my heart throughout my own journey, and I think it resonates with so many people across all creative fields. If you've ever felt like you're not truly good enough or questioned whether you belong in the creative world, then you're not alone, and this video is for you. When I first began drawing pet portraits, I was absolutely flooded with self-doubt and insecurity. I kept asking myself questions like, am I really good enough to capture the unique character of someone's beloved pet? I remember thinking, who am I to take on such a responsibility? The thought of creating artwork that would be cherished by someone else, representing a creature they deeply loved, felt like a huge responsibility. I was constantly second-guessing myself, wondering if I had the skills, if I was qualified, and if I could genuinely do justice to each pet's unique essence. This feeling, the inner critic that keeps telling you that you're not skilled enough, that you don't truly deserve to be doing what you're doing, is what we call imposter syndrome. If you're not familiar with the term, imposter syndrome describes that creeping sensation of inadequacy, that little voice that says you're not up to the task, even when all signs might point otherwise. And if you're feeling this way too, just know that you're definitely not alone. Imposter syndrome is incredibly common among artists and creators of all kinds, especially when we're just starting out. So often, we look at other artists, those we admire and aspire to be like, and we see only the finished products, the masterpieces they share publicly. It's so easy to believe that these people are just naturally talented, that they're always confident, and that they don't experience the same insecurities that we do. But here's the reality. Every artist at some point has felt inadequate or unworthy. Even those whose work we idolize have faced moments of self-doubt. They've questioned their abilities, and many have even struggled with the fear of being found out as a fraud, no matter how accomplished they are. For me, these feelings persisted for a long time, especially early in my career. For years, I couldn't shake the sensation that I wasn't truly a real artist. Even after countless hours of practice, countless pet portraits, and a steadily growing client base, that self-doubt continued to haunt me. I worried that my work wasn't good enough, that one day someone would see through me and realize I wasn't as skilled as I seemed. And despite my passion for creating art, this constant nagging voice telling me I wasn't qualified made it incredibly hard to fully enjoy my creative journey. As I continued drawing though, I slowly began to realize something important. I began to see that every piece I completed, every pet I painted, was helping me grow, not only in skill but in confidence as well. Each time I completed a portrait, I was learning something new, and gradually my eye for detail was sharpening. I started noticing things I'd missed before: subtle color variations in fur, the particular glint in a pet's eye that could bring it to life, the tiny, unique features that made each pet so special. The more I practiced, the better I became at handling challenges. I learned how to navigate mistakes, turn them into strengths, and actually use them to make my work stronger and more expressive. But I also began to realize something else. Those feelings of doubt and insecurity were holding me back in ways I hadn't initially recognized. They were making me afraid to try new things, to push myself out of my comfort zone, and to truly believe in the work I was doing. That's the thing about imposter syndrome. It convinces you that you're not ready or qualified, even though deep down you love what you're creating and you're passionate about sharing it with others. And looking back now, I can see that I let those feelings dictate my self-worth and my confidence as an artist for far too long. If I could go back and offer my beginner self a piece of advice, it would be this. Trust in your abilities from the very beginning. You may not have all the experience yet, but the willingness to improve, learn, and push through challenges is what truly makes an artist. For anyone just starting out, don't let self-doubt hold you back from creating. Every artist begins somewhere, and every artist has their own set of struggles. The creators whose work you admire, they didn't start out perfect. They had to put in hours, make mistakes, face setbacks, and learn from those experiences to get to where they are today. Each piece they created helped build their skills and confidence, so if you're comparing yourself to someone who's been at this for years, just remember that you're only seeing the result of countless hours of practice, failures, and growth. It's easy to look at a finished piece and think that it came effortlessly, but the truth is often the opposite. Nobody is born a master of their craft, and learning is a lifelong journey. Be patient with yourself as you develop and try to find joy in the process itself rather than focusing only on the end result. It's taken me 6 years to finally stop underestimating myself, to stop worrying that my work isn't good enough, and to stop feeling like I don't deserve commissions. If I could go back, I'd tell myself to embrace each challenge, learn from every commission, and approach each new piece with courage. I'd remind myself that every stroke, every detail, every mistake made me a better artist. And that's a process I wouldn't change for anything. As you watch this portrait take shape, I hope you take this message to heart. Believe in yourself and trust your journey. Even if you're at the very beginning, or if this is the first piece you're working on, know that you're already on the right path. The fact that you're creating, trying, and pushing yourself is proof that you're growing. Embrace the process, celebrate each milestone, and allow yourself to learn from every piece you create. And most importantly, remember this: every artist has their own unique journey, and every journey is valuable. There will be setbacks, and there will be moments where you question yourself. But those moments are just as important as the victories. They teach you resilience, patience, and the importance of persistence. Art isn't just about producing a beautiful result, it's about the courage it takes to create in the first place. So whenever that voice of imposter syndrome tries to tell you that you're not good enough or that you're faking it, remember that it's just a part of the journey. Every artist experiences it, and overcoming it is part of what makes you stronger. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy watching this portrait unfold and that it leaves you feeling encouraged and inspired. Remember, every artist has their journey, and right now, you're exactly where you need to be. So embrace it, trust it, and let yourself grow.